Well, but I Whoa. Yes. I watched Joker Folie, deux. You all are probably wondering, what did I think about it? And you were probably expecting me to come on here and do what every other reviewer has done, which is trash the ever-living shit out of it. Box office is down from its predecessor. Rotten Tomatoes is against it. The critics hate it. The audience hates it. You want to know what happened? The movie's here. It flew over your heads. Every last one of you missed the point. Wow. I'll have you guys know what I witnessed today at my local theater was shocking. Shocking. People were getting up and leaving in the middle of the movie. And I thought to myself, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I still sitting here watching this? And then it dawned on me. Whoever made this movie was so incredibly genius. They were too smart for their own good. Because what we got in the movie tonight was not only one of the greatest love stories, one of the greatest musicals, one of the greatest DC movies of all time, we got a true cult classic. Because that's what it will be. When people realize what this movie did in 10, 15, 20 years, they will go back and say, actually, you know what? That movie wasn't too bad after all. I called it here first. And I'm going to explain why. If you're wondering who I am, I'm RJ from Game News USA. If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, because it started off rather weird. But we're going to get into some serious analysis on this movie and why I think it's probably about a 9 out of 10. There were some aspects that I didn't particularly like, but for the most part, this was an amazing film. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, first of all, being somebody who also is performative and wears a mask myself, I will get the part I didn't like out of the way off the bat. And I really don't want to spoil it, but it does involve a part of the movie where Arthur seems to give up on his character. And I didn't really like that aspect of it. But other than that, this was brilliant storytelling from start to finish. The emotions conveyed through the actors and the main characters was top-notch shit. So, first of all, I will say, the movie took me for a wild ride right from the jump. It's a cartoon. And no spoilers here outside of that if I could avoid it. But it started off as a cartoon, and I said, oh no, did I make a mistake? Not really, because after that, we were right back to what made the first Joker movie great. There have been a lot of people that are bitching and complaining that this movie is too musical. Well, I'll have you know, the few music numbers that are in Joker 1 were really fucking good. And although there are several here, this by no means is a full-blown musical only. There are plenty of scenes where there's talking without music. This is in between what you would classify as a regular musical and a movie that without a musical. I think that was fine. Because first of all, number one, I was genuinely entertained for 2.5 hours. I was genuinely enjoying the songs and the music and the hallucinations. I like the weirdness of it all. So, mainstream media doesn't like it. Most of the fans have an issue with it. I don't. I thought this movie was great. It all starts with the main character, Joker. Joaquin Phoenix, Arthur Fleck. His portrayal of that character is the best in the series. The best. The very best. Because it brings it down to earth in such a real world way. In some aspects. So I would take the Joaquin Phoenix Joker over all the other Jokers we've ever had in any other movie. My only disappointment is he never got to interact with the new current Batman, which is sad. This movie is mostly steeped in more reality than fantasy. So real, you believe it's like New York City, it's not Gotham City, in fact. And although there's many ways this movie could have gone differently, whether it be a little better or a little worse, what we got kept me entertained, kept me on the edge of my fucking seat to see what would happen next. And do you know why? Because it was so goddamn unpredictable. You never knew, how's this going to turn out next? What's going to happen next? Including the ending, which was phenomenal. The ending was fantastic because you never see it coming. You never see it coming. You almost never see, quote-unquote, bad movie ending. Like, where the villain wins. In this case, we're rooting for Arthur. We're rooting for the Joker. He's the protagonist in this movie, essentially. Even though he is the antagonist in Gotham. But the way this movie ends is what is considered an evil ending. Which I typically prefer in my movies. Much like I did with Afraid earlier this year, that had a quote-unquote evil ending, or even Trap, which had a quote-unquote evil ending. I prefer that because you don't get them as often. So there's the rarity of that. And I did not see that coming with the ending. But, like I said, Oscar award-winning performance by Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. Literally, I can't see anybody else like that doing that. Then you have Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. And here's the truth. If you didn't like her in the movie, this movie failed for you. I loved her in this movie. This was the best portrayal of Harley Quinn we have ever seen. Ever seen. And one of the reasons I can't give the movie a 10 out of 10 is a spoilered reason. I was disappointed with one aspect of her character, and I was disappointed with one aspect of the Joker's character. They are important aspects, important enough to dock this a point. But outside of that, this movie was a freaking 9 out of 10. I would absolutely recommend it, and chances are, you probably wouldn't like it. And I'm not calling the audience stupid. Because this movie can get so over your head in a hurry. if you aren't paying attention. You have to pay attention. In fact, I probably need to watch this movie another 2 or 3 times to really let it sink in. Because, man, oh man, that was a wild ride. It really makes you question what really happened. What really are the motivations of these characters? It left so many loose ends, but not in a way that was annoying to me. It left you thinking. It left you wondering. And it's something that, like I said, people will go back in the future and they will apologize. They said this movie sucked. Because it flatly didn't. It was great. So instead of going over the usual Rotten Tomatoes scores, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the film. I give it 2 thumbs up, 9 out of 10. Go check it out. Joker, Folie, deux. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Thank you all for watching. Peace. Have a good one. I'm out.